Hello everyone. Welcome to my first day of the 10-day yoga challenge. It's an all levels class, so please adjust according to your skill level and your physical ability. Tuning in to the integration of body, breath, mind, and spirit brings one into a harmonious balance. Thank you, and enjoy your practice. Namaste.
Bienvenidos. Welcome. So today we're going to start with some hip openers and balancing poses. And in all of this class, of course you all know to modify accordingly to your practice and to your body. As long as you tune into that integration of the body, breath, mind, and spirit connection, you can do no harm. So on that divine note, to choose a selected position to explore the breath, please find your way into a comfortable space, either lying on your back, and I always recommend rolling a blanket or two underneath your knees, alleviating the lumbar spine, sacral region. For those of you who wish to remain seated, feel the shoulders are stacked nicely over the hips, chin is slightly in toward the chest, the eyes are soft, and the breath is fluid, smooth, and even to begin. So take a moment to simply observe your breath as you continue to soften the muscles in your face, in the jaw. Allow the tongue to rest against the roof of the mouth, just behind the top row of teeth. Taking a collective inhale through the nose. Feel the whole torso expand in the belly as well as the thoracic region of the spine, the chest. Bring awareness to that momentary pause and allow a smooth, long exhale to follow. Bring awareness to your next restful pause before we begin the first cycle anew, feeling your breath in 4 parts. Now try to lengthen each exhale so it's slightly longer than your inhale. Notice where you feel your breath at this time. Ideally, feel your breath from not only the chest, thoracic region, but also from the diaphragmatic region. Follow the sound of your breath. Letting the sound of your breath be your guide through the practice and beyond. Also reminding each of us that we're sharing the same cosmic wave of energy with each inhale and exhale. Now bringing awareness to our locks, starting with Jala as we take the chin slightly down to the chest, breathing in and out through the nose. The sound we hear is known as Ujjayi breath. Now as we activate the diaphragm, our breathing, integrating our stomach block for Uddiyana. And here we want to feel the belly expanding on the inhale, gently drawing back into the spine on the exhale. As we draw the muscles and tissues around our pelvic floor and perineum up in toward the body, we're creating a lock at the base of the spine for Mula Bandha. Now explore the breath within these 3 locks. Notice how it feels. Perhaps you feel the cooling or heating effect. Now gently placing one hand over the lower belly and the other hand over the heart. As you simply explore which hand you feel rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Can you feel the spine lengthen with each inhale? Imagining there's a ray of light extending from the crown of the head, keeping the head nice and tall, keeping the spine nice and straight as we feel feel that light extending to the stars. We also feel the same ray of light descending through the crown of the head, drawing through the base of the spine, connecting us down to the earth. Notice how we're able to calm the mind once we're able to still the body. As we anchor the mind to the breath, we allow ourselves to remain present with the eternal here and now. The mind is no longer as engaged in the past, and the mind is no longer scattered in the future. And we remind ourselves that this moment here and now is truly all we have. We're able to cultivate the virtues of the heart. So we're either responding to the stimuli in life in a constructive way or a deconstructive way. When we align ourselves with the heart, we're working with the constructive emotions, expanding. When we feel stuck within those moods or emotions of the mind, like fear, worry, anxiety, we stay in a state of contraction. So bring awareness to how you're feeling in your heart space as we draw the hands gently over the heart, setting our intention for today's practice. Take a moment to check in with the 4 pillars of our well-being, reminding ourselves that he or she who has their health has everything. That when we speak of health, we're speaking of those 4 pillars: our emotional state, our mental state, our physical state, and our spiritual state. Can we bring balance into each one of these 4 states? Setting our intention with gratitude, reminding ourselves gratitude is a wonderful teacher. Gratitude for our health, for abundance, for all that we have and all that's to come. Gratitude for our loving relationships. We see these as simply a reflection within ourselves, what we wish to work on, what can we process to let go of, so we're once again in a state of expansion. Moving even deeper into the seat of our hearts, where we find we're feeling calm and relaxed, our own internal vibrational resonating frequency is one of inner harmony and inner peace. So let's open our ears, allow the cells to absorb the vibrations, allow these vibrations to permeate through every pore of your body. As we hear the call for peace around the universe, the mantra Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Continue to feel those vibrational frequencies flowing through, flowing out of you, from your heart center to the hearts of all sentient beings. So each and every one of us may go forth along our journey with inner peace and inner harmony, infused in every step and every breath that we take. We're reminded that we're all connected. There's no separation between any one of us. We're all in harmony. We're all in unity. We're all in peace. And we're all one. You're still on your back. Take a moment to gently draw your knees in. Give yourself some rotations. The hands on the knees. A little massage. And when you're ready, you draw the knees in. Bring yourself up to a seated position. Now taking our hands to our heart center as we open up our energetic heart chakra, the seed bija sound, Yam. Deep inhale. And smooth, long exhale. Inhale, taking in gratitude as we release the fingers over the chest. And as we exhale, we extend the arms forward, pressing the hands away from the body as we round the spine, taking the chin to the chest. Inhale, take the arms up once again as we exhale, press through the hands, taking the head gently back. Inhale, bend the arms. Exhale as we extend. Inhale, separate the hands. And now as we exhale, we twist to the left, letting the left hand come behind the back, the right hand to the outside of the left hand. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting now to the right. Inhale, arms up once again. And as we exhale, extend the right arm to the left. As we take the left arm either to a block or to the floor, either way. Opening up the side body. Try not to round the shoulder forward, so we're opening up the rib cage, the intercostals, as we inhale, pressing back up. And exhale as we extend the left arm to the right. This time looking over the left shoulder. Toes are flexed. Try to drop the knees down to the floor. Coming up on our inhale. And exhale, come back to center. From here, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Externally rotate the arms back as we take the head back, opening up the throat. The seed bija sound of palm one time. And release. Taking the hands to the knees, deep inhale along the spine. As we exhale, draw the left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale back up to our center. Exhale, pressing the right hand to the knee, right shoulder to the left. So we inhale from our center point. Exhale, alternating shoulder to opposite knee. One more time, both sides. And coming back up to center. From here, let's do a rotation. So roll the left shoulder in as we come forward on our inhale, scooping the spine into cow. And as we exhale, we round the spine into gap, the chin into the chest. Try to feel the natural movement of the spine. The spinal column is shaped like that waveform. So try to follow that natural movement of the spinal column, moving in waves. Notice any pain, discomfort. If there's any whatsoever, just decrease the range of motion and perhaps come to a point of stillness. Maybe once more, clockwise direction. And back up to center, reverse. Inhale, the right shoulder in, going to counterclockwise direction. Still working on our cow moving forward. Exhale as we round into calf. And once more. And coming back in. And from here, let's take the hands to the shoulders, elbows deep with our shoulders. As we inhale, draw the elbows up. As we exhale, give yourself internal rotation. have the elbows almost touching as we draw them in and down. Feeling your shoulder blades stretch across the back. Once more, this direction and reverse. Inhale. Bring them in and externally rotate back on your exhale. Once more, and exhale. Back. From here, walk the hands forward with our inhale, opening up the arms, armpits as we exhale, gently sink the head between the shoulders, the chin and shoulder in toward the chest. Feel free to place their hands on blocks as well, if that feels okay. Feel your spine stretch all the way to the lumbar sacral region. Walking the hands back in. Go ahead and draw both legs out. As we stretch our legs, flexing our toes, bouncing the knees. These will make you a little bit tight in our legs. Try to open up those hamstrings nice and gently. Now let's draw right knee in as we gently massage our right calf muscle. Using the thumbs and fingers as you work your way down, opening up the fibers of the muscle down to the tendon, the Achilles heel. Now draw the heel in, either in half lotus or just take it in toward your perineum, and massaging the pressure point underneath your big toe. Next toe down. We go down to the inner arch, and then down to the inner heel with the right foot. Releasing tension and pressure you feel. And then work your way back up. Massaging now the pressure point between the little toe next toe up and the big toe next toe down. Taking all 5 knuckles of the left hand, press them into all 5 toe pads of the right foot. Flex the toes, going a little bit deeper into the fascia. And we have a foot on the right side. Extend that leg down. Draw the left knee in. Massaging now our left calf muscle. Work way down to the foot. Loosening up any tension and tightness we have along the calf muscle. And now draw the left heel in, again, either half lotus, or just take the heel in toward the perineum, and massaging the pressure points underneath the big toe, the next toe down. Working down the inner arch, going to the center heel, the left foot. Up, massaging that space of the little toe, next toe up, and the big toe, and the next toe down. Pressing all 5 knuckles down, right hand, into those pads, underneath the toes. Feet on both sides. Extending both legs. Bouncing the knees. And let's massage our quadriceps, the muscles in front of the femurs. Take the hands gently massage up and down the iliotibial tract, band of nerves connecting the muscles in the front, the muscles in the back of the legs. Also good for reducing sciatic pain. Massage your knees. Massaging your shins. Sending circulation and energy and heat into the body. First thing in the morning, you never just want to get into a car on a cold day and turn the key and expect the engine to start. Do the same, warm up our bodies. And now taking the toes in our hand, using a strap or your hands, as we draw the toes in with our inhale. And as we exhale, press the toes into the hands as we sink the hands between the shoulders once again. Inhale, come up. And exhale, we press the toes back down to the floor. Inhale, draw the feet in. And exhale, gently release the head between the shoulders. Inhale up and exhale one more time, pressing feet down towards the floor. And now coming back up with our inhale, hands to the sides of the waist as we walk the feet back in. Preparing on our inhale, as we exhale, take the knees gently to the left, the head turns to the right. Inhale back up. Exhale, knees to the right, head turns gently to the left. Moving with breath awareness. Flex the toes in the sequence. One more time, both sides. Coming back up to our center. Back into cross-legged position. We're going to come into Adho Mukha Shavasana, so however way feels best for us. So for some of us, as we lean forward, the hands in. As we exhale, walk the legs back. Just establish your down dog, whatever way feels best for you. So pressing in through the palms, the heels. Try to feel the shoulder blades spreading wide across the back. If we have any hand or wrist issues, we rotate the hands out 45 degrees. Hands perfectly. So inhale, bending one knee. Exhale, bend the other. Opening up the calves and hamstrings with breath awareness. Feel the tailbone lifting up to the sky. So we feel again the shoulder blades spread wide across the back. The chin is in toward the chest. The head is heavy, the spine is long. And now bending both knees, heels up, toes down. Exhale as we draw the heels down, lifting up the toes. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees once again. Exhale, draw the heels down, toes up. Very nice. Just a little bit further back. Good. Now just breathe into that stretch. With breath awareness, keeping each inhale and exhale equal length if you can. Breathing with your jhana breath. Now let's transition from our Adho Mukha into plank. So lifting up with your inhale from the tailbone, tip your toes. As we exhale, feel free to adjust if we need to. On the exhale, coming into a straight plank. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, Vishavasana. Inhale, lifting from the tailbone. Feel that wave through the spine as we exhale, coming into plank. Feel free to adjust if you need to. So you want a nice long stretch through the body. One more time, transitioning from our Adho Mukha into plank. And then putting back up into Adho Mukha with our exhale. We're going to go ahead and take the knees down gently below the hips, the hands are under the shoulders. Doing another sequence for cat and cow. From here, inhale, let the head come up, chin is up, eyes roll back as we come into our cow. And exhale as we round the spine into our cat with the chin into the chest, activating our bandhas through the sequence. One more time. Now we put back into a flat tabletop position. As we curl the wrists in, so now we have the palms facing up. And as we exhale, try to draw the elbows so they're facing directly into your knees. So we don't want the elbows out, we want a nice external rotation, or internal rotation. And then coming back up, and then exhale. And now we're going to do some yoga push-ups. So cross one foot over the other. Preparing on our inhale. As we exhale, gently draw the forehead or chin to the floor. Inhale, pressing up, keep those elbows in. And exhale, lower down. Only doing what you can, only doing what you want to. Remember, there's no competition, there's no goal. We're just waking up the body, the mind, the spirit, the breath, and movement. One more time. And coming back. Cross one foot over the other as we walk the arms forward with our inhale and exhale. Draw the sit bones down towards your heels as we lower the heart to the earth. Forehead or chin pressing into the floor, beautiful. And now walk the hands back in. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Use a blanket if you would like. If you need to cushion your knees, do some softening of the kneecaps. Then from here, we're going to extend the right arm, left leg out with our inhale. And on the exhale, we contract, drawing the elbow into the knee. Inhale as we expand. Exhale, contract. One more time. Extending both, pulsing up and down. 3, 2, 1, and inhale. Externally rotate the right arm back, catching the left foot. As we exhale, press the foot into the hand, opening up the shoulder, the head is either looking forward or turning to the right. Flex the toes as we feel the shoulder and chest opening up on the right side. And exhale as we release. Switching sides, extending the left arm, right leg. And be sure we're moving with breath awareness. As we exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. One more time. Pulsing up and down. 3, 2, 1. And now externally rotate. The left arm around, catching the right foot. As we exhale, press the foot into the hand, flexing the toes. We're not trying to draw the foot in toward your hip. We're trying to actually feel as though we're opening up the shoulder. Opening up that left shoulder, left chest muscles. And with our exhale, coming back down. From here, let's draw the left arm out to the side with our inhale. And on the exhale, thread the arm underneath the right. Draw the left shoulder down as we turn the head to the right. And if the left shoulder doesn't have anything underneath, we place a blanket underneath that left shoulder to give it some support. And now you can wrap the right arm around. You press it into the sacrum, wrap it around the waist. Or keep the arm where it is. And you want to try to pull gently to the left. So we're stretching the left shoulder cup. And pressing back up with our inhale. And exhale, both hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale the right arm out to the side. And exhale as we gently thread the arm underneath the left. And on our exhale now, pressing that right shoulder cup into the floor as we look to the left. Taking the left hand, keeping it where it is. Or if you would like, you can go for a little bit of a deeper spinal twist. Wrap it around your waist. And pressing the hand back into the floor with your inhale. Lifting back up as we exhale. Both hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Tuck the toes under as we exhale, coming back into our Adho Shavasana once again. A few deep breaths, explore God and look a little bit deeper. And then looking between the hands, preparing on our inhales, we exhale, walk or jump the feet in. Coming into our flat back.
And exhale for Uttanasana, keeping the knees nice and soft. We take the elbows in the hands and gently rocking side to side, maybe creating some figure 8 movements. And here we want to feel the shoulders stretching down toward the floor. Feel the head heavy, so we're stretching the spine all the way up to the neck, creating some gentle rocking side to side. Now taking the hands to your shins or to your fingers if you have shorter arms, with the knees bent as we look forward prepared. On our exhale, we extend the legs and extend the spine. Try to feel we're in a 90-degree bend. Inhale, bend the knees, and exhale for that extension through the spine, through the neck, and hamstrings. Moving with your breath. Breathing with your belly if you can. In and out through the nose, chin toward the chest. One more time. Inhale, bend both knees, take the hands to the floor. On our exhale, let the right leg come back. Inhale, take the right leg back in. And exhale, the left leg back. Inhale, the left leg in. And as we exhale, folding forward into Uttanasana once again. From here, let's inhale, slide the hands underneath the feet. As we exhale, press the feet into the hands, wherever that is, maybe just the fingertips, maybe it's the whole palm. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale as we extend the legs, making sure we don't lock the knees. And gently take the head in between the shoulders once again. Hamstring open, hard and stretch. One more time. And exhale, extend. Inhale, slide the hands out. Coming into our flat back as we exhale, folding forward once again without locking our knees. Inhale, press through the feet as we rise up. Articulating the vertebrae one at a time. Arms come up, hands touch. And exhale, hands gently come down to your heart center. Separate the feet a little wider than shoulder width. Moving with Qigong as we take the hands, palms are facing up, fingers almost touching but not quite. Moving with your inhale as we take the hands up, over the heart, the sides of the hands touch, over the head, we turn the hands out, making a triangle with your index and thumb, and exhale in a wide circle. Try to find the pause between each inhale and exhale. Slowing everything down. Feel the energy that we're creating. As we draw the hands up, middle line of the body, known as a conception vessel. This meridian is known for sending major energy or qi into all the major organs. So as we feel the hands going up the center of the body, envision that we're sending life force, qi, prana, into all the major organs. As we do one more sequence. And exhale. Now keeping the hands in towards the belly. As we inhale, slowly rotate the arms and shoulders out. Opening, expanding like a balloon. Exhale, rounding forward, feel the navel pressing back in. Can you feel at the end of each inhale that we're being favored by the infinite arms of the divine? One more time. And exhale. We're going to take the palms, face them down. As we inhale, draw the right arm up to the sky. Imagine you're pressing through water molecules. As we exhale, the right hand down, left hand comes up. Moving in 10. One more time. As we exhale, the right hand down, the left hand up. Walk the right hand down to the right knee as we extend the left arm to the right, looking over the shoulder to the sky. Inhale the right arm up. And as we exhale, the left hand walks down to the left knee, extending the right arm down to the left. Looking over the shoulder for a gentle side body stretch. Going back up on our inhale and exhale. Take the hands to the waist as we come into Tadasana, mountain pose. With the hands on the waist. Ankles underneath the knees under the hips, shoulders roll back. Let's cross the left foot over the right. As we inhale, draw the arms up. Right hand catching the left wrist as we exhale, pulling gently to the right as we look up to the sky over that left shoulder. Strong foundation through all three corners of the feet if we can. Opening up the side body, intercostals, the ribs. And coming up with our inhale. As we exhale, swan dive forward from the waist. And letting the hands come to rest on the floor of the box as we take the chin into the chest. Notice with your inhale, torso slightly rises away. And as we exhale, creating a little bit more space to fold forward a little bit deeper. As we inhale to our flat back, let the right hand wrap around both legs, catching the right ankle behind as we draw the right elbow into the body. Strong foundation through all three points of the feet. And now, coming up with our inhale, nice and slow articulation of the spinal column. And arms up. Moving into stillness as we exhale, gently taking the hands back down to the heart and down to the waist as we uncross the feet. Switching sides as we now cross the right foot over the left. Inhale the arms up to the sky, left hand catching the right wrist. And exhale as we pull that right arm now gently to the left, looking up to the sky over the shoulder. Coming up on your inhale. And as we exhale, swan dive forward. Hinging from the waist. And again, letting the chin come to the chest, the hands float down, catching the floor, or the box, whatever feels ideal for us, into the stretch. Bring awareness to how we're feeling within the stretch. If we're feeling super tight in the hamstrings, bend the knees a little bit more. And now inhaling to our flat back. Left hand wraps around both ankles, catching the left ankle behind as we draw the left elbow in, folding forward. And now rise it up slowly with our inhale. Arms come up, hands touch, and exhale into the heart. To the waist as we uncross. Now take the feet just wider than shoulder width. Taking the hands behind the back, either catching your forearms or your elbows. If you would like to do reverse prayer, you can take the hands together and flip them up. And squeeze the hands, closing the distance. So we're going to start a twist, but feel this engagement between your lower extremities to begin with. So grounding through all 3 points of both feet. Deep inhale, lengthening our spine as we exhale. Twist from the waist to the left. Feeling the twist engage in the lower extremities. The waist follows. The spine allows the torso to follow. Shoulders, neck, and head are last. If you would like to feel a stretch in the occipital nerve in the back of the skull, take the eyes to the right. As we exhale back to center. Deep inhale, lengthening. And now exhale as we twist slowly, gently from the right. Hips engage, low extremities are firmly intact, but the knees are not locked. And exhale, coming back to center. From here, let's flip our thumbs together. Okay, so opening up the hands and fingers as we inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. And as we exhale, open up the fingers, opening up the chest muscles, the shoulders. And exhale, draw the hands in, switch thumbs, hook opposite thumbs now. Preparing on the inhale as we exhale, give yourself that external rotation of the shoulders, opening the hands in the back.
And draw the hands in, interlace the fingers. Inhale as we roll the shoulders back, take the head gently back. Take the feet in so they're just hip width apart. And as we exhale, swan dive forward. Chin is in toward the chest. Rather than maybe going down to the floor as we inhale, bend the right knee. And exhale as we twist gently to the left, looking over the left shoulder up to the sky. Inhale, drop into flat back as we exhale, bending the left knee as we gently twist to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale back to our flat back. And exhale as we gently take the hands behind the knees, grabbing opposite elbows. Knees are bent. Preparing on the inhale. On the exhale, gently looking forward as we fold forward on the exhale. Inhale, bending the knees. Exhale, gently folding forward. Again, inhale, bend. And exhale, extend. Inhale, bend the knees. Take the hands to the floor. And gently bouncing the knees. Using blocks if you would like for support, stability. Maybe if you're feeling energized, we'll take the arms forward. Or just keep them where they are. Acceptance is a beautiful part of the practice. Happy to accept where we are at this moment in time. And now taking the hands to the heart center, pressing through the ball of each foot as we lift the heels up, coming up into a standing position as we inhale. And raise the arms up to the sky, still on the ball of each foot. Observing our breath. And exhale. Then take the hands to the heart and hands to the waist as we lift up all 10 toes. Rolling forward on our inhale, rolling back on the exhale. One more time, forward and back. And now take the feet flat to the floor as we gently bounce the heels up and down without letting them rest on the floor. Creating a little spring in your step. Lightening the feet, strengthening the plantar, fascia, connective tissue in the bottom of the feet. Three, two, one, and lifting up all 10 toes for the separation between each individual toe. Now pressing the feet back into the mat, gripping in with all 3 points. 1 point underneath the heel, 1 underneath the little toe, and 1 point underneath the big toe. Now go ahead and take a small step back with the right foot. Try to isolate the big toes, create 3 circles, one direction, and then reverse, going the opposite direction. So if we can isolate the big toe, just rotate all 5 toes. Going 3 times one direction and then reverse. Each time after 3. And feel this rotation going into the head of the femur if possible. And then once more, 3 times each direction. And now rolling into the top of the foot. Moving with your exhale as you gently press into the top of the foot. Snap, crackle, pop. And coming back in with your inhale. Now draw the left foot back, small step. Isolate the big toe if we can, 3 times, one direction. And then reverse after 3. And once more, 3 times each direction. And now gently curling the foot in, toes on top. As we exhale, snap back to pop. Come back up with our inhale. And exhale. And standing into Tadasana once again. As we inhale, draw the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once more. And exhale, taking the hands to the heart. And now let's check in with the energy that we've been creating as we intone seed meter sound Om 1 time. Om.
gratitude. And exhale any negative thoughts, feelings, or emotions. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky. As we exhale, swan dive forward, hinging from the waist. Inhale, the right foot back. And now exhale as we take the right foot back. Stepping forward with the left foot. So the left foot's already forward. And again, here we want to feel the ankles ripping underneath the front knee of our left leg. From here, let's inhale, tap the right knee down. And exhale as we extend the left leg. Inhale, tap the knee, using blocks if you would like. You need a little bit more support underneath the hands. One more time as we inhale, tap. And exhale, fully extend. Folding the torso over. If you adjust the height of the blocks, as you press into that foot, you extend the leg. And you can feel free to express any variation you know. Parsvottanasana, maybe just lifting up the toes, maybe rolling onto the heel. Cue the right hip to come up ever so slowly. And now with our exhale, go ahead and curl the mat on the right side. Or use a blanket as we take the knee down. Dropping the right knee down to the floor. And here I recommend using blocks. So we're forward in a forward lunge. So let's inhale, pressing up through the foot. As we roll back onto the heel, exhale, lifting up the toes. If you want, use the blocks right underneath the shoulders, hands on the shoulders. Good. Inhale, roll forward. Externally rotate as we exhale. Now we're stretching the psoas muscle on the right and also the hamstring. As we exhale, extend the left leg. We're opening up the left hamstring muscle. Moving with our breath as we inhale, roll forward. Rolling the shoulders back. So we're keeping the right knee down on the floor. Inhale, roll forward. We exhale, that opens up the psoas. Inhale, pressing up. And now exhale as we roll back onto the heel. If we want to do a forward bend, make sure we have the hip aligned with our right knee and the left leg is in line with our left hip. If we'd like to do a forward bend, we can turn our inhale. As we exhale, we hinge from the waist. Very carefully, slowly allow the torso to fold over the left leg. And again, being careful is always paramount. Safety first. So flex the toes if you wish to open up that left hamstring a little bit deeper. Remember to bring up awareness into our practice. This is a wonderful preparatory position for Hanumanasana. If you wish to engage Hanumanasana, you walk the right foot forward, right heel forward, and then walk the right toes back. And so now we're in a position for the wide leg splits. So again, this is a very challenging pose for many, so really bring awareness, complete awareness into how you're feeling within the stretch. Toes, find your breath. So again, if the breath is short, compromised, or not even existent, if you're holding your breath, that means we're really working too hard, okay? So to come out of this, press into the hands as we walk the back foot forward, walking the knee forward at the same time, walk the hands forward, and now pressing up and turning the feet facing one direction now. So now we have the feet facing one direction. And then let's come up, extend the arms out, so the wrists are directly over the ankles, and the toes are pointed out about 45 degrees. So point the toes at 45 degrees, knees are bent. Inhale as we open up and expand the torso. As we exhale, extend the left arm to the right, resting the right forearm on the right femur. Left arm over, right arm on the right leg. Sometimes too many words confuse us. Coming up with our inhales, we expand. And exhale, draw the right arm over the left leg, resting the left forearm on the left finger. Coming up with our inhale. And exhale, take the hands to the waist as we walk the feet back in. And now coming back to the front of our mats, standing in Tadasana. Feel free to get a drink of water if you like, creating some heat and energy. Keeping the body replenished. And then making your way back into Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking a collective inhale. And a long exhale. Breathing in gratitude. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky. Feel that reach through the whole spine. And exhale as we swan dive forward. Inhale, coming work that back. And now exhale as we take the left leg back. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale as we tap that left knee down. Exhale, extending both legs. Inhale, tap the left knee using blocks if you would like. As we exhale, we extend both legs, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, tap the knee. Exhale, extend. One more time. Inhale, tap. And exhale, fully extend. So from here, we can come into our flat back with our inhale. And on our exhale, create some space to fold forward. And then again, expressing whatever variation of Parsvottanasana you wish. Roll onto the heel, and lift up those toes slightly. Cue the left hip. Come up. That's it. Just go ahead and stretch. And if you find the muscles shaking or spasming, that's okay. Nothing to be alarmed about. It just means your body is moving in a way that it hasn't moved in some time. And then for exhale, let's go ahead and take that left knee down, curling the mat or using a blanket on the left side, either way. From here, let's inhale, rolling back on the heel, roll the shoulders back, roll the arm to the heel, flexing the toes as we exhale. Inhale, so we're keeping that left knee down here as we exhale, rolling forward. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale. And exhale, we have to move the arms, body. One more time. As you roll back on the exhale, get the hands underneath the shoulders, find a height that's suitable for you for the blocks, and we roll onto the heel. The right foot. Now, if you wish to do a forward bend, we engage on the exhale. So prepare the inhale. And as we exhale, folding forward, take the torso gently over the right leg, opening up the right hamstring. Feel free to manipulate the fibers of the muscle. It feels good if you feel like there's some deep tension in there. Pressing back up with our inhale. Walk that right heel in as we walk the left foot back, coming into your variation of Panumanasana. Try to have the arms in line with our shoulders, toes are flexed so we're on that heel. Spine nice and tall. So take the arms and knees forward. This is your practice, according to your level, where you're at this moment in time. So in that divine mode, let's walk that left foot in,
Walking the toes in. Walking that left knee in. Walk the hands forward and then coming back up. And turning the body into one direction with our feet. So now, let's walk the hands forward. Inhale, toes are pointed out. Walk the hands forward. And now as we exhale, once the armpits are fully open, press the hands into the floor as we sink the head in between the shoulders, the chin, and the chest. The spinal stretch as well as the hamstring open up. Maybe the head is on the block. If we use blocks on the hands if you would like. Feel the head just moving gently in between the shoulders, stretching the spine. Now let's walk the hands in. Once again, in toward the mat. And reverse. Take the fingers, point them away as we walk the hands away from your mat, the other side between the legs. And exhale, pressing the hands into the floor, pressing the hands into the blocks. Maybe even bending the elbows. Maybe not. Make sure we're breathing. Complete breath awareness. Now walking the hands back in. Once again. Take the hands underneath the shoulders as we walk the feet in. And then take the hands to the knees, walk the hands up the legs as we walk the hands up. And then pulling the shoulders back, walk the feet in. Bring these to the front of our mats. Standing into Tadasana once again. Take a collective inhale. Smooth exhale. Inhale, draw the arms up to the sky. And as we exhale, let's fold forward, spine down. Inhale from the waist. Chin to the chest, long spine. Inhale, our flat back. Now exhale, just step the feet back into Adho Mukha. Skipping the vinyasa. And now from here, let's inhale. Draw the left knee in. Another inhale. And now extend the leg up in the same inhale. Toes are flexed. Now as we exhale, float the knee in toward the chest. And letting the leg come to rest between the shoulders as we draw the left heel into the perineum. Okay? So we're using blocks if we need. So we want to have some support underneath that left sit bone. So use a block, blankets, whatever we need. We're going to express any variation we so desire. That back. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, and now if we're comfortable here with our inhale, walk the hands forward. And as we exhale, lower the forearms down to the floor. Bring the torso of your chest over that left leg. And you can have the hips squared a little bit deeper by curling the toes to the right foot under. So some people find this a very comfortable pose, to spend some time in, but not everybody. Nice deep stretch. The hip flexors, the hamstrings, the glutes. Press through the hands as we walk the hands back in, under the shoulders, lifting up the left knee as we exhale, draw the leg back, and walk the hands in so we're in line with our shoulders, and the feet are just closer into the hips as we come into Adho Mukha. From here, let's inhale, draw the right knee in, extend the leg up on the same inhale,
On the exhale now, float the knee slowly into the chest using your core to really keep it stabilized. As you slowly draw the knee in, down to the floor in between the hands, and now the right heel is into the perineum. Using a block or two underneath that right sit bone. Good. Already following the natural cue of curling the toes of the left foot under so we can square the hips. And once you have that foundation, if you wish to go a little bit deeper, walk the hands forward on the inhale. And as we exhale, over the forearms and hands down, chin to the chest. And gently allow the body to soften into this pose. Make sure we still have breath awareness as we go in and out of each asana. So now walking the hands in with our inhale, at the same time pressing up, lifting the right leg right back with our exhale. Walk the dog out as we come into, once again, Ardha Shavasana. Open up those hamstrings. Preparing another inhale. Now exhale, just drop the knees down below the hips. Cross one foot over the other, opening up the knees as we exhale. Gently take the sit bones down to the heels as we take the torso in between the legs. Walk the hands forward if you wish for an active child's pose, or take the hands behind for a passive child's pose. Give yourself an external rotation for the femurs if you would like to feel grounded a little deeper. And just feel the release. To the left, as we bring the legs out in front. Now separate the flesh from your sit bones, so you're flush against the floor. You can take the blocks, place them gently behind you. Pressing the hands to the blocks, the fingers pointed forward as we inhale, roll the shoulders in, and exhale, externally rotate back. Opening up the chest and shoulders, the toes are flexed, the spine is nice and tall. And now inhale, take the arms up to the sky. With our exhale, folding forward from the waist, hinging forward slowly, gently down. And now with our inhale, walk the hands back in. Taking the left leg in on the crease of the right arm. And now grabbing the left knee with your left arm. Gently cradling your leg like a little baby as we rock gently side to side. Spine is nice and long. Toes are flexed on the right foot. Keeping us nice and grounded. And now coming back to our center. Deep inhale, long spine as we exhale. The smallest micro stretch. As we draw the leg into the chest, toes are flexed at both feet. Opening up the hip. And now taking the foot in the left hand, using your toe lock or a strap, preparing over your inhale. On the exhale, gently extend the leg out to the side. Extending the right arm out, opposite arm. Good, beautiful. Come back in when you inhale. Draw the leg in and exhale. Slowly lower back down. Balance the knees a little bit. And then switching sides. And now placing the right foot in the crease of your left arm. Right arm wraps around the knee. Toes are flexed. And gently rocking side to side. Keep the spine nice and long. Staying fully present. Whatever arises, whatever that may be, it's greeted with compassion, gratitude, and awareness. Coming back to our center. Deep inhale, we exhale, slowly draw the leg into the chest. Protecting the knee, toes are flexed, the arm wraps around the knee. And now taking a yoga toe lock, or using a strap. Moving with your breath as we exhale, extend the leg out to the side. Opening up the opposite side body. Coming back in with our inhale. Draw the leg in. And exhale as we slowly come back in. Good. Gently bouncing our knees. Take the feet in. Making a wide diamond shape, so not very close into the perineum and pelvic floor, but a good distance away. And now holding onto our feet with both hands, pressing the feet together, long spine with our inhale. And on the exhale, gently fold and forward. Slowly come back up on your inhale. Walk the hands back in. Take the hands behind. As we take the sit bones in towards the heels, slowly lowering ourselves onto our backs. And now from here, let's cross the left ankle over the right knee. As we inhale, we lift up both legs. Interlace the fingers, either catching the right knee in your hands or the right hamstring, either way. And as we exhale, gently draw the legs in. And here you can take the shoulder blades off the floor, touching into the chest. Or just create whatever movement feels ideal for you at this moment in time. And exhale. Now, extend the arms out to the sides. Keeping that foot where it is on the leg as we prepare on the inhale, as we exhale, gently taking the legs to the left as we turn the head to the right. Try to press the shoulder blades into the floor. And if you feel that this foot is coming too far down, it's and then returning back on the inhale, back up to center. And switching sides. So let's cross the left leg over, or right over the left. Inhale, as we draw the leg up. Interlace the fingers. As we exhale, gently draw the legs in. Move the shoulder blades up off the floor. And exhale. Back down. Extend the arms out to the sides. Moving on the exhale, as you take the legs now to the head, gently turns to the left. Or the opposite of where you go. So we can say you would be going to the left. Make sure we're still breathing. Breath awareness. Coming back in with our inhale. Uncross and hug the knees in. As we inhale, draw the knees in. Exhale, externally rotate them out. Rotating the heads of the femurs. One more time this direction. And then reverse. Give yourself an internal rotation as you run the knees in and exhale out. One more. And exhale. Keeping the legs suspended. Let's cross the left leg, knee specifically over the right. So crossing the left knee over the right. If you do this on the floor on our sit bones, this is called Gandhasana, cow face pose. So as we inhale, lift up the shoulder blades, reaching up and over to catch the top of the feet. As we exhale, slowly draw the elbows down to the floor, shoulder blades down to the floor. So ideally we have one knee stacked on top of the other, if that is okay. That's it. Yeah. It's okay. You got it. As long as you're feeling that stretch, doesn't matter how it looks. And releasing on our exhale. Switching sides now as we cross the right leg, right knee over the left as we inhale. Reaching up and over as we exhale. Gently draw the shoulder blades down to the floor. Flex the toes. So we're trying to feel like we're opening up the hips by opening up the legs, or in essence, drawing the feet away from the legs, away from the knees, which will create that stretch. And exhale as we release. Extend the arms out to the sides. The knees are still bent, feet are flat on the floor. Windshield wipers. As we exhale, take the knees to the left, the head gently to the right. Inhale back up to our center. Exhale, the knees to the right, the head turns gently to the left. Flex the toes through the sequence. One more time, both sides. And then taking the legs back up to center, knees to center as we turn on our side. Using your arm to gently bring yourself up to a seated position.
Coming into a cross-legged position once again. We're going to do a pranayama technique that we've done in class before. So we're going to do a breathing ratio of 1:4:2 with a mudra. Mudra is simply a way of replacing our hands and fingers to create a desired effect for our energy. And this is known as prana mudra. Perfect. So we have our thumb pressing into the pinky and our ring finger of each hand. So pinky and ring finger of each hand. There you got it. Pinky, ring finger, perfect. Okay, so now let's start the hands in towards the belly. And again, this is a ratio of 1:4:2. So it's an inhale, count of 1, pause for 4, and exhale for 2. So if you want to make it more invigorating or more intense, you can breathe in and out through the nose. Long spine, I'll demonstrate for the first part. Inhale, count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch the hands and exhale for 2. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2. Hold for 4. So that's the rhythm. Two more. Take the hands to the knees. Breathe long, deep breaths. And when you're ready, gently take the hands back behind you and cross the legs. So gently lower the back down, coming onto our backs, or Shavasana. Palms are facing up, ankles rotate out 45 degrees. Simply allow your breathing to return to its relaxed, natural state as we let go of our physical practice. And again, take a moment to check in with the 4 pillars of our well-being. How are you feeling at this moment? Your heart space. Checking in with your emotional state, your mental state, your physical state, and your spiritual state. So you can bring awareness, calmness, balance to each one of these 4 states. The inner work is the work that never ends in this life. So ask yourself if you're able to let go of anything that was not serving you or your highest power during the practice this morning. Be able to bring gratitude into your practice.
anytime you wish. The secret is literally underneath our noses. Strong or soft, wild or serene, wherever breath flows, there is song. Hear its whisper, touching behind the face, singing in the throat, dancing spirals in the sanctuary of your heart. In this practice of listening, a moment may come when you just want to lie down. Surrender. This is a doorway. Fall into the wide open embrace of life. You are the instrument the breath is playing. All the meditations you have ever loved are vibrating in this luxurious hum, continuing even in the sleep and dream. This is your school, just you and infinity. The texture of the self is untamed freedom. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey yo. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey yo. Good where we've been, good where we're going. Good where we've been, good where we're going. Open your heart and follow love. Open your heart and follow truth. Open your heart and follow justice. Open your heart and follow harmony. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey yo. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey yo. Moment, feel free to bring some fresh movement once again into your bodies. Feel free to wiggle the digits in the hands and feet, rotating your eyeballs clockwise and counterclockwise a few times.
creative rotations. And then a little back massage. And when you're ready, you can turn the knees gently to one side. Use your arm as leverage as we slowly, carefully bring ourselves up to a seated position. Prepare the listener join as we close our class, as with every class, with a sacred chant of Om, bringing awareness to all that is, all that was, and all that ever will be in our sacred universe. Feel free to listen and join. Thank goodness for editing. Thank you for your practice, your presence, your voices. And love and light guide us all along this journey, and may peace and harmony continue to illuminate every step along our path. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.